This is Shivam Bhalla and I am the co-owner of two companies, Balaji Stone Track and All Stone and Tiles. In Balaji Stone Tracks, we deal into all types of sandstone, all types of limestones products, marbles, granites, and we also do CNC carvings. CNC, we make CNC jalis, and then we are also trading stone pebbles in it. And now in also we are basically are the dealers for Caracol and Laticrate, which are basically the adhesives for you. They are basically used for laying of stones on the walls and on the floorings. And we are also the dealers for William tapes, which are used for the flooring, masking of the flooring, and also the dealer for Samrat Chemical Industries. Yeah, there are many places all across India. Majorly in Rajasthan, there are many places in Rajasthan. Some places near Kota, there are quarries in basically in Udaipur and also near Kishangarh, Makrana, and there are also quarries in Madhya Pradesh and also quarries in Andhra Pradesh. From the time being, all the things have been elapsed, the techniques have been changed. During 20-25 years back, all the things were done manually. Now all the machines have been involved. All the quarrying is done by the machines. The blocks are being procured, and then blocks are being cut through the these block cutters and gang saws, and then they are being transformed into your slabs, and then slabs are being again transformed into tiles. And now every day, through the innovation and everything, the machines have been advanced. Now the stone carving is also being done by the machines. There are stone carving machines involved, and all the jalis that were previously made through hand by hand, that used to take time. Now all the process is done by the machines. There are water jet cutting machines, and there are laser cutting machines also involved.
Right.
So the time has also been reduced. The manual work is also being reduced. The labor cost is also being reduced.
Right.
Everything is being reduced. We do all all carving type of jalis, basically 2D jalis also, 2D carvings also, 2D stone carvings also. Everything on stone and MDF also. We do all kinds of sandstones involved all across India. We do all types of limestones which are being used, like Kota stones, Kota blue, Kota brown. Then there is a black stone from Hyderabad, that is Kadapa black. Then all the sandstones, all sandstones from Dholpur, all sandstones from your Kota belt, that is your autumn brown, Kandla grey, every sandstone. And then we also do some granites, 3-4 granites from the Rajasthan, and some of the marbles also do, and we also do all types of slate stones. These are all basically depends on the quarries, climate at the quarries. During the rainy season, the mines are blocked, and you're not able to procure the material. Also, these stones, some of the classifications of stones is like that. They are done according to your climate. Some stones are not recommended in your more wet areas like your Kerala, or where there is more humidity over there, and granite and the marbles are more preferable over there. We are also the manufacturer for brushes, basically that helps in different kinds of finishes on the stones. And we are regularly doing short blasting, then sandblast finish, then they on granites, and on sandstone we do leather finish through your brushes. And then there is a new finish in the market that is almost being done by us, that is the part of finish that we do regularly with the help of brushes and your polishing pads. We preferably more than 9 inch, it is preferable. Okay. Not less than 9 inch for the stone, and it should be plaster surface, or on the raw surface of the wall can also be used for the laying of the stones. That actually depends on the client or the architect, how it takes. But generally in interiors we can take lesser thickness as compared to the thickness we take in the exterior surfaces. In exterior, generally it is recommended to put on the thicker stones with the clamps, so that there is more loads towards the wall, and stone does not through the proper weather conditions it does not fall. So it is recommended to use proper clamps and proper adhesive. Good adhesive is to be used, and proper curing of the laying of the stone is to be done. All the stones can be used in interior as well as exterior. It depends on the how you use it, basically what thickness you use, and how basically what finish you are taking.
It all depends.
It all depends on the thickness you take. Everything can be used interior also as well exterior also, but you have to take some precautions also while laying and after the laying of the process. Yeah, basically there are 3-4 techniques being used, and past 20 years back there was no adhesive was there, so only with the cement and with the curing of the water, all the tiles and the stones used to be put on the wall.
Right.
So that's why there is a problem of falling of the stones in the past some 5 to 6 years. Now some of the techniques, like you also do dry cladding, in which you can basically make a frame of SS or MS, and on that you can clamp the stones and put it with the with the clamps. And if you want, after 5 years 6 years, you can change the stones with that sizes on that frame.
Right.
This is one technique. And second technique is your directly putting on the wall with the adhesive and putting the clamps in it. And the third technique can be that no clamps are being used, and directly pasting it with the adhesive. That we prefer in interior areas, not exterior areas. Exterior areas we generally prefer to put it on the walls with the clamps and the adhesive both with it. Maintenance is in India like area, there is extreme temperatures in the let's talk about Rajasthan. There are extreme temperature in the summers. The temperature is very much high.
Right.
And in the winters for 2-3 months there temperature is high.
Sure.
So you have to there is a variation of temperature toward also the stone. So the stone also contracts, and it expands, and the stone also contracts. So you have to maintain everything. Then there is proper rainfall also is also there. There is a matter like in Bangalore there is a rainfall for around 4 to 5 months is there. So you have to totally cure the stone properly with the stone sealers also.
Okay.
And then backlaying also proper adhesive is used properly. Everything is done.
Right.
So you take care of your body, then same is the case with the stone. You have to take care of the stone while laying also, and after the laying of the process also. Advantages, there are more advantages than the disadvantages. Advantages are basically that you have a look and feel of a natural surroundings towards yourself. You have a feeling that you are in a natural place with the stones, or with stones on your wall and stones on your flooring. If you put ceramic tiles, I will not compare it with, but ceramic tiles, and you have a monotonous format in each of the tiles, so you get bored seeing the same format. In stone it is like there is a different format in one tile, and different format in other tile, and different format in other tile. So these variations then help in making it as a natural surroundings. Also it is being very robust, so there is very less possibility of it being damaged, and the life cycle of stone is much higher than your ceramic or vitrified tiles. If you compare that, any stone will easily be being carried till 10 to 12 years, 14 years. Till that you get bored seeing that colors. So it is always preferable that you can change if you want, you can change after 10 to 11 years of the stone. If you want that, it is easily can be changed. And some of the disadvantages, we can say that it is some of the stones are very porous in that, so they give up the patches of your rust. But for that also we have solutions regarding that. We can cure the material beforehand. It can be done. All these basically stones we use on flooring also.
Yeah.
Then for your basically facades, wall elevations, and then extensively they are used in your landscape areas.
Right.
The jalis and stone jalis are now being used on the elevation. If we talk about the tiles, the minimum we can go up till 10 mm, and then 15 mm is there. Any 12 mm also we can calibrate also the tiles. Then 18 mm is also available. Then 20 mm is there, 25 mm, 30 mm. They all depends on the client needs and all the requirements. So as I already mentioned, 10 till 12, 15 mm you can put in interiors. And then after that 18 mm, it is also always recommended in exterior to use thickness more than 18 mm. And if you talk about slabs, the minimum we in marbles these are cut in 14 mm and 15 mm, and then it goes up to till 30 mm also, 20 mm, 25 mm, 40 mm also being used. Some sandstones are also being cut in 40 mm also. Some sandstones are also being cut in 50 mm also. It basically depends on the requirement of the client and the requirement of the site and the requirement basically what product the end of the product we need. Calibration is basically if there is a particular stone which we cannot cut on a lesser thing like 10 mm we cannot cut through the gang saws or through the block cutters. Then we calibrate the stones with the help of the machines, and with the help of the cutters we calibrate the stones and tiles and sand, all the slabs so that the thickness of the stones is we can match it accordingly. There are for the laying, there are protective measures are being done by the companies, and after the laying process is being done, then we recommend sealers from the companies like DuPont. Then there is we are also dealers for RACTR. There is a company they provide basically sealers for the stone. They make basically a film on the stone, and so that there is no water being absorbed into inside the stone. No dust is also being absorbed, and there are also some chemicals if you want the color to be enhanced. The color to be enhanced of the stones to be more dark as it is to be at the natural stage. You want more enhancement of the stone. There are chemicals in companies like DuPont and RACTR which helps in enhancing of the stone color.
Does it have a life?
Yes, everything has a life, and all these chemicals has a life, but it all depends on the which type of stones you are using these chemicals. And still as the company says, we give a warranty of 4 to 5 years for these stones, as looking at the climate of Rajasthan. So we give accordingly.
And how costly is that affair?
Not so much. If you take it on a per square feet area, it's come to be around 7 to 8 rupees per square feet for your enhancing of the stone. And if you talk about the water sealer, it comes to be around 4 to 5 rupees per square feet. These techniques are basically used for to differentiate between two tiles. As I already said, in stones, one tile is another from the another, and another tile is different from another tile.
Right.
So it gives the impact that the whole flooring area is a different area, and all tiles being on a different format. So it is always suggested to and in stones there is a big problem in bending problems are there. So to match that, we use spacers, and we use and when we use spacers, then we fill that spaces with the grouting. There are companies like Caracol and Litigrade. We are already making these grouts. There are two types of grouts coming in. That is cementitious grouts and epoxy grouts. Epoxy grouts are basically recommended for exterior areas. For the wet areas like your bathrooms, epoxy grout is recommended. For your walls also it is recommended. If you want to lay a stone on the wall, on your elevation, then also if with the help of spacer you can put it with the filling of your epoxy grouts in the wet areas as well as the non-wet areas. And on the terraces also epoxy grout is recommended, as well as on your driveways basically. And in interior you can use your cementitious grout, but it is always recommended to be in interior also, to recommend to use your epoxy grouts, as it has a longer life than your cementitious grouts. Apart from polish finish and matte finish and your glossy finishes, there are many finishes which we are doing on our basically on our stones, that is short basting, then it is sandblasting, then we also are the manufacturers of brushes, DuPont brushes, we manufacture them. So with the help of these brushes we do these finishes. We do leather finishes on the stone, then we do Lapato finishes on the stone. If you see this stone, this stone is being cured with the leather finish is being done on this stone. This is a sandstone, and this is being used on a tabletop. And apart from that, 2-3 more finishes are there, like you can do leather finishes on granite, Lapato finishes on granite. Then there is one catty finish for that, and then there is one catty silken finish. All these, there are many many finishes which we have invented with the help of brushes. We generally do not go through this thing, but yes, all the quarry owners, if there is a new stone coming up from a new quarry, then that stone is being there is a centralized governing forum for a stone industry, that is CDOS, that is Central Development of Stones, and it gives all the tests related to the stones, its tensile strength, its water absorption strength, everything related to the stones, where it can be used, and what is the temperature it can be used, and all the extreme cases, everything, all the things can be taken care from this agency, CDOS.
So then accordingly
then we decide how to this stone can be used in tile format, or this stone can be used in a slab format, or how will be the polish on the stone, what finishes we do. That all depend on the test we do from the agency. Nothing do's and don'ts, but just suggestion to everyone that do not hassle to use the stones. Stones are all from your nature, and it gives a very good look to your elevation, your flooring, and for all your landscaping areas. Even in your living areas, you can use these stones as stone pebbles also being made. Then stone artifacts also can be used in your living areas. So just love the stone and love the nature.